Uh-oh. Now I'm not showing. Well, they can see you, Rec. Welcome, everybody. I'll be fixing my camera, I guess, here in a second. That is strange. You know what? I think it might be because of Discord, actually, now that I think about it. Let me, Rec, I'm going to call you right back. So hold on 1 second. Let's fix this. There we go. Now I'm on. And we have Repsychic. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second match of the night on Aero of the Storms page. Repsychic joining me tonight, so we've got a full ReGen house tonight. But don't let that fool you. We'll be keeping it equal and fair and looking for Die for Vision to cause just as much mayhem as Anomaly. Repsychic, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I am well. I am excited for this debut of ReGen Anomaly and to see Lubu in action. I know that they were a B East team last season. B East? Am I making that up in my head? I have their stats here.
You know that Lubu's another team entirely, right? This is Die for Vision.
That's really embarrassing. Wow. They play
you know what?
next
I am
week.
sure that seeing Lubu in action is going to be
I'm sure
exciting
it will.
and wonderful, but we'll get to that another night.
Sure. Yeah. No, Die for Vision. Oh, okay. So this is a team I don't know at all. Excuse me. Wow, that's really embarrassing. Yeah. No. So I'm excited to see what goes down for these boys and girls and whoever else. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling tonight.
So we did get an invite to the lobby here, so make sure you accept that.
Excellent.
So I'm going to go ahead and show us the maps real quick here for chat. So our bands tonight, coming out from Die for Vision, we had Braxis hold out because everybody loves making the mods' lives a little bit more difficult. We also had Towers of Doom. For ReGen Anomaly, the bands being Dragonshire and Cursed Hollow. Our first map going to be Tomb of the Spider Queen, and that was picked by Anomaly, as first pick was selected by Die for Vision. Ah, crap. Thought I turned that Phoenix off. Ah! One of these days I'm going to learn a better way to do the Phoenix bumper, but oh well. So what do you think, based on this map, where we're going here? What are your thoughts on this?
Well, you know us. There's a very good chance to see some simple rotation characters. Johanna. I might even be expecting a Lucio out of one of these teams. Something fantastic like that. Even a Muradin. I'd love to see a Muradin in here. And you know me, I really want to see a Diva. I would love to see Diva. I would really like to see Diva, but unlikely.
Well, I was going to say, what do you think, chat? Are we going to see Diva tonight?
Are we going to see Diva? Please say yes.
With our special guest, Repsychic?
Please just do it for me. Do it for me. No, yeah, I'm excited to see what could possibly come out, especially with these changes that came out yesterday. I'm wondering if we're going to see like an Illidan, or I hear Mal'Ganis is super hot now, so I don't know. Could be anything.
Could be. So, Tomb of the Spider Queen carrying those gems around. Hold on, you talk, I gotta respond to this.
Sure. So Tomb of the Spider Queen, not a huge map, lots of macro involved. You got 3 camps, 2 on either side, both bruiser, and 1 siege down at the bottom. Now, the whole point of this map is to turn in your gems. I'm sure most of you people know this. You turn the gems from the ranged minion kills that you get, and you pick them up, turn them in on the north and south ends of the map. Once you get 50, you can get a big push with these big 3 spiders that push down all 3 lanes. Really fun stuff. Very popular map too in NGS. Not usually banned unless it's target banned or something like that. But, you know, fun map. It's one of my favorites. It was one of ReGen Red's go-tos last season, at least earlier on. And yeah, big stuff, good stuff.
All right. Well, it looks like they've got the stuff set up here to me. So we're ready when you are. Looks like they're all set up here. So once both teams acknowledge that they're ready to go, we can get started into the draft. So Repsychic Pog coming out from Nutflop. That's a name.
I'm afraid I don't know who that is, but I do know Vector U. What's going on?
Welcome, Vector U. You know what? I recognize that name. You've mentioned their music a few times.
So at least several hundred. Oh, here we go.
We've got Mark Zombie out there. Colby
Gotta get my
McWolby.
coat on.
Get the coat.
I gotta get my blanket.
I don't have a fancy blanket like Recyclic has, or I would go grab it. I do want to shout out to some follows tonight. Some of you may have been a little bit earlier. Zelra, Eric Chemo, and Ekib coming in with the follows. Thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate you stopping by. And we're going to get into this draft. So take one last look at that beautiful blanket that Recyclic has got on, because it's about to disappear.
All right. So what do you expect to see here, Aero? You already asked me what I'm expecting. I'm expecting a Muradin from one of these sides. I'm expecting Johanna and anything very rotation heavy. What about you?
Murky.
I was really hoping for something else there. Rhymes with Beaver.
Well, we're not going to be seeing a bug. No Anubarak coming at you tonight, at least not this bug. I suppose we could still potentially see, you know, Abathur bugs, but you don't see a lot of Abathur on Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Even Zagora, honey. You could also see Zagora, but oh, I'm way off. No Johanna.
Johanna, yeah.
Yeah, no Johanna. That's all right, though.
And so already coming out with the tank bans, the Anubarak, the Johanna being pulled out. So, you know, that leaves your Diablo, your Garrosh, your ETC, your Muradin. You did mention the Muradin earlier, but that Johanna just really strong with the rotations. So not a big surprise that you see that pulled out.
No.
And then followed up by the Tronda ban.
Yeah, it's around a band. She's always nice to have, especially she's great with the follow-up. Great for single target healing, as everyone knows. Cool hero. One of my first ever characters to play. So
they put themselves on the wrong side, so I gotta swap them. Hold on. Done.
Oh my goodness, are they listening to me? Everyone's banning all the heroes that I said were going to be in this game. Oh no.
It could happen.
But no, it's Diablo who's going to be the tanker for Vision, not Lubu.
So Leonidas ripping the Lord of Terror on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Lots of narrow passages in between with the turn-in points. You've got fairly narrow passages on either side, so really strong here on this map. We're going to then see the Ana and Jaina coming out from ReGen Anomaly.
Yeah, and the response from Die for Vision is Kel'Thas and Rexxar. Rexxar, he's a tricky boy in that solo lane, but he can be countered with a good Malthael, even a Thrall. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we saw one of those from ReGen Anomaly.
Yeah, and we did just see Rexxar have a little bit of a challenge with a Valera. I don't want to say cheese because it wasn't, but you know, the opportunity to come up and get a pick when in that lane. And so that, well, no, I'm sorry, that was the other way around. It was Rexxar with Valera against Leoric, and then they brought up the Maiev to help counter that, which worked rather well. It ultimately brought them the W. So see if there are any changes or if they were watching that prior game. Probably not. They were probably warming up and practicing. That's so that ban seems super questionable to me. Because Leoric just loses so hard to Rexxar.
Perhaps, but they're gonna hold their solo laner for later. We're gonna see who Anomaly responds with. But Leoric, yeah, I guess he does. I mean, he could sustain off of the Bear Misha while in lane and just kind of sit there. I don't know. I don't mind it, but there are better bans. I would say Malthael if you're really that concerned about solo.
Yeah, because I mean, I assume that they're looking at this and saying, you know, Leoric can potentially double soak those lanes and then you can push bot.
Oh, okay, I got one right, Lucio. I got one right. All right.
So, okay, so we got some stuns. We've got some slows coming out from Lucio from Rexxar. I think technically Diablo can slow with level 13 as well. So, I mean, Phoenix could potentially get a really big, whatever that ability is called. But we're going to see Malthael as that's the final pick there. So, interestingly enough, I wonder if now, if you are Die for Vision, if you say, hey, we send Phoenix into the solo lane now. Because I don't think Malthael does very well against the Phoenix.
No, not particularly. I don't think most melee heroes do, especially ones with no health like Phoenix, who Malthael can't really do too much against, since most of his damage is percent based. So
right. Well, go ahead and talk a little bit about the teams while I get everybody set up on their heroes in the list here.
Oh, excuse me. So I really like the idea behind Anomaly's team comp. It's very pick based, very with Garrosh, and you get a Garrosh throw. Maybe you get on a grenade or a sleep right afterward or before. So you could start with sleep, and Jimmy and Jaina just clean up house with that. But I also really appreciate the Die for Vision comp. I mean, we could talk about that in a second. Let's get to the intros.
Yeah, it took too long. I'm not going to be able to get the pop-ups. Why don't you go ahead and introduce ReGen for us?
Sure. All right, fellas, ladies and gentlemen, it is the debut of ReGen Anomaly. We've got your Captain Carve playing Raynor, Legacy playing Garrosh, Genjesus playing Jaina, Litterrock playing Malthael, and Butte Holiday will be playing Ana.
And for Die for Vision, we got the taunts coming out here from Leonidas on Diablo, Casey on Phoenix, Sulfide on Kael'thas, Shamhat running that Lucio, and Atlas on Rexxar. So I do want to call out on these level 1 talents your absolute Lucio favorite, Party Mix.
I don't like Party Mix. I've always been a fan of Accelerando, as well as and even sometimes the other talent whose name escapes me, Smooth Moves, I believe it's called. Always been a fan of those, especially on this map. Accelerando would be insane. Get lots of quick rotations going, but Party Mix is a very safe talent in my opinion.
I'm screwing around trying to unconnect to the heroes that I'm selecting here, so pay no attention to the zooming around.
Sure, I can call stuff out. All right, Genjesus and Carve are getting a little low from this Kael'thas poke. ReGen Anomaly managing to clear the waves a little bit faster, but they're not grabbing their gems, which is a bit of an issue. Right now it's 5 to 8 in gems. But looks like Die for Vision's going to start sieging up a little bit faster now, and Lucio helping out with those rotations.
Oh, we're not even on the game tab. Oh my god, I'm such a noob caster tonight. Jeez. This is what happens when you play a game.
Production. Ooh, this could be big. Nope. Legacy checks that bush, makes sure that ReGen Anomaly is safe from the Die for Vision bush gank there.
All right, now we're getting those player pop-ups because I took that time while Rek was talking to go ahead and get that. So you can see on your screen now who's playing who, just in case you didn't listen to us, because, I mean, why would you?
Who would want to listen to me? No.
So these rotations, we do see now Die for Vision a little bit ahead in the gem count, and they are looking to get some of those turned in from the Diablo there.
Yeah, when he manages to snag it, no big deal for him.
So Malthael looking to get in on this early camp in the bot lane, and Rexxar has all the idea in the world that's going on.
He got sniffed out. It looks like Rexxar wants to take it for himself. Nope, he changed his mind.
Yeah, and Lid on Malthael here doesn't have a whole lot of mana, but ultimately this rotation down probably going to finish him, but that Wraith Strike gets him across. Does he live? Just barely.
Barely, but he lives. And that was a whole team rotation, so they might lose out on a little bit of soak here.
Yeah, they're just about even in XP, but they do have a few more minions, but it is going to allow Anomaly to get some gems turned in. That's going to get them equal with Die for Vision.
Excellent. Good for them.
And Diablo just walking right into that bush, doesn't care, gets thrown into the team, charges onto the Garrosh. The anti-healing grenade going out, slowing things down for Leonidas there, but ultimately both teams will walk away from that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a beefy Garrosh, excuse me. Diablo, he's got 62 souls already, so it's only going to get harder to kill.
And once again, these tanks loving to check these bushes with their face, but this time there's not a lot of team to help as Legacy is trying to make it out. Ana's only able to get so much help there, but 21 health. That armor just might be enough to keep him alive as he walks away.
I don't even know what to say to that. The sleep dart, though, I would like to point out the sleep dart from Ana, keeping two of the enemy team, two of the Dive for Vision team members down. I'm sorry, I said enemy team because they're red.
I mean, that's fair. The enemy team of Ana, yeah. I mean, if Legacy's Garrosh there is not the epitome of the, 80s explosion walking away movie moment, I don't know what is.
Yeah, I suppose it is. But they get the first turn in. This could be problematic. It could be fine. Who knows? Let's see how this is handled by ReGen Anomaly.
So already top lane is pushed in right up to the wall. We see the mid lane now is going to be even, and Rexar is working on the bot lane. So I would have expected them to look at the top lane. It's, pretty much the most important lane on Tomb of the Spider Queen, but there's a lot of value out of the Bruiser lane as well. So they're going to let Anomaly clear up top lane and start pushing in on the mid, get presumably at least this wall. And you can see them pinging danger there out of that bush just to make sure they don't come in behind them.
Yeah, it looks that way. It looks like they're going to get exactly that. Might back off now. Who knows? Because the entire team is now rotating towards them. Got a nice sleep on Phoenix, but not going to do too much as Garrosh is looking for something here. But no. Dive for Vision backs off and heads to bottom.
It looked like he was maybe thinking about trying to throw Diablo over the wall, but realized Diablo's just going to charge right back. And unfortunately, I was a little slow rotating down on the camera as they do catch the Malthael, but look at that, 25 almost gems that just got lost in the bot lane. And that's unfortunate. That's a significant amount that would have allowed them to get a turn in if they were able to get that going. But now they're a little bit short.
Unfortunate. They're going to go ahead and grab their bottom camp. Dive for Vision's going to go ahead and get the bottom camp while ReGen Anomaly grabs their bruisers. In the meantime, since, they simply don't have enough gems to turn in.
Yeah, so Silvara in chat pointing out, I would love to figure out what that is, Silvara. I think what I can do is maybe turn the game sound down a little bit and see if that works. I'll try to do that after the match, or not the match, after the map.
Are they going to manage to sneak this turn in? That's what I'm wondering right now. And
it looks like they are.
Dude, look at this.
That mid camp allowing ReGen Anomaly to get all of their gems turned in there as it was a full commitment coming out from Dive for Vision to get that countered.
Yeah. All right, let's see how ReGen Anomaly handles this. Can they find a quick response to the previous push?
Yeah, and they are electing to make that top lane push that I mentioned earlier. Malthael gonna try to get some value in the mid lane. Probably will just soak that lane and then keep pushing in the bot. They throw the Diablo, getting the Groundbreaker there, stun onto Kael'thas, but no finish onto the Diablo. They're trying to get structure damage here. And it looks like one tower and the wall goes down. And they're gonna start working their way down to the mid lane here.
Yeah, but 10s have come online for Dive for Vision. What are they looking to take? Looks like we've got Apocalypse, Sound Barrier, Phoenix, Purification Salvo, and Rexar still deciding. Oh, nope, Boars. Unleash the Boars.
So, double Phoenix, and you have a member of ReGen Phoenix. Is this Phoenixception?
Aero, we can talk about that later. Right now, we have to look at this bottom fort, which is going down.
What bottom fort? I don't know what you're talking about. Now, Anomaly, look at this, though, realizing that they lost that bottom fort, electing to get up here and get this value in the top lane. I imagine, yeah, they are getting those gems turned in, so, pretty... I don't know if that's necessarily even, but it's probably the best that they could have done. It's definitely not even. It's the best they could have done under the circumstances, being down level 10s and on the other side of the map.
They're going to have to find something here. Malthael now picking up last rights. Well, let's go over the ults from ReGen Anomaly. We've got Nano Boost last rights, Ring of Frost, Warlord's Challenge, and Hyperion. Nothing too surprising out here. Nothing too spicy.
So Hyperion coming out, trying to get some damage in on that spider. It's very far away from them, zoning out the enemy heroes, and there comes Phoenix in the opposite direction, doing the exact same.
Malthael's off in the middle lane right now. I don't think that ReGen Anomaly wants to look for a fight here, as this is a full five-man commitment from the Dive for Vision.
Yeah, and Garrosh a little bit forward there, uses his Indomitable to get out, throws the Phoenix over himself, taunts, and they do get that kill. The Ring of Frost hitting 2, getting Jesus with the living bomb. I think it was passed over to him, but standing in that way from the spider, hurts. Almost a free kill. And ultimately, Dive for Vision now getting significant value out of that top push, and ultimately even pushed that lane way far in the bottom, getting some damage onto the structure mid lane. So overall, a pretty decent push for them to get that top fort down and kind of prep the potential for a later boss turn combo.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking good for Dive for Vision right now. They've got plenty of structures still left, whereas Anomaly has kind of fallen behind a bit on those. But you'll also notice there's only 1 kill to 1 kill right now. There's not a whole lot of fighting going on, mostly macro.
Yeah, and at some point that has to change, and maybe you start to see that with level 13s coming up here. You get the Icy Veins, you get let's see, for Garrosh that's not until 16 you get the stun, but you do get some more survivability out of Garrosh. On the other side, you get the cooldown reduction from Kael'thas if you choose to go with that, or maybe the explosion radius. Diablo could take the additional damage on charge, so there's a lot of potential there. What does Lucio typically take at 13?
Typically he wants to take Slip. I have messed around with the I forget what it's called, off blasters or something like that, where the off the wall.
Is that the stun one?
Stuns, yes. I've messed around with that a bit, but lately I've been going more with Slip. Much more reliable. But he went with heavy casters. No, he went with the stun.
And Diablo charges Legacy into the wall there. The big taunt onto Misha and Leonidas. The APOC coming out, but the ring in the backline hits a whole bunch. But Jaina ultimately is the one who goes down. Manages to complete her quest while dead. Thanks to that blizzard.
Well, I mean, hey, at least the quest is done. Something to look forward to. Yeah,
Leonidas charging a little too far forward without the assistance there to block out anything from the keep, and will go down and lose those souls. So he'll be coming right back onto the map.
That's a little rough for Diablo. Now he's got to get all those back. But this is Tomb of the Spider Queen. Not super hard to get him back, considering the nature of the map.
Yeah, for sure. So we went from 1 kill and 1 kill to 2 kills to 2 kills.
Wow, we're doubling. We doubled our value.
By the end of this game, we might make it to 4.
Let's not get crazy now.
For sure. So Anomaly has enough to turn in. They do get that turn in thanks to Littlerock in the top lane. And so now all 5 of Dive for Vision are up. They're in the mid lane. And I expect them to defend top again. I mean, top is the weakest lane at this point. It doesn't have their tap. They don't have a wall, so they don't want to potentially give up the advantage they have in this lane. If you lose the bot lane, whatever. I like it when the team agrees with me.
Looks like it's 5v5 here. Now, the funny thing is, though, that these spiders, when left alone, they can kind of take complete control of the map, you know? They can.
Yeah, if left alone, they'll take those forts for sure. But the big throw taunt onto from Garrosh onto Diablo gets that kill. And
oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Lighting him up with that combo.
Holy cow!
Jesus,
no one falling from ReGen Anomaly. Holy! Oh my goodness! Kael'thas, are you in trouble too? Yeah. Sulfide goes down.
So I think now you take this fort and you keep pushing because you still have web weavers for a few seconds. I think that with the with the timers as they are, they don't have Kael'thas for 20 seconds. I think that they no, they still don't. That web weaver is still going. So I think that they can just go down, push down bottom if it doesn't die to these minions. No, it's going to die to the minions. They have nothing to do at this point. Maybe get a camp, bottom camp maybe if it's coming up. It's not coming up either.
Oh no, it is. No, it's coming up right now. Right about now. That's something that they can do. So, Dive Vision, what do they got to do right now? What do you think?
So, you know, if you're Die for Vision, you're down 16, your lanes are pushed in, so you can get 16 really easy. The siege camp doesn't mean anything to you at this point. You can clear it out when it gets up to you. So they're doing exactly that. They're pushing for this 16. Anomaly is looking to get their gems turned in while they can relatively safely. They know that Kael'thas is up in the top lane and the rest of the team's is spread out. Die for Vision now has their Bruiser camp. They could look for that, but they're looking for a turn-in at this point.
Oh my goodness, they might find Lucio here. Look at this. Oh no! Lucio, no! Oh. He doesn't get away. Off the wall, not quite enough to get him out, as the poison damage from both Malthael and Garrosh's level 1 talent manages to snag the kill for them.
And that feels like a bad moment that, you know, you don't know if maybe another direction, if he went, you know, to the right, if he went down, if that could have potentially saved him, but ultimately going off to the left with that poison damage, with the Ana grenade preventing him from getting any of his self-healing, that was a well-played gank.
Absolutely.
I think... I don't even know if it was intended that they were getting on it. I think they were heading to the Bruiser camp looking for, you know, what was going on there. And it just happened, they just happened to come across a Lucio. I think that's how that went. I don't know. We can ask him later.
Listen, calculated. I don't care. It worked out. It doesn't matter how it happens. It happened.
For sure. You take the opportunities as they're presented, and that was a great way for them to get a kill and ultimately stall out this Webweaver push.
All right. Speaking of, there's only one left. It's in the bottom lane, and it doesn't look like Diver Vision wants to help it out too much, so she's just going to go ahead and die for Vision.
Killing me, dude.
I'm sorry.
But ultimately, with that Webweaver, they do get the third fort down. So both teams now have all of their forts down. And Anomaly getting onto their camp, but Die for Vision is potentially looking to get in on this. And they've got Misha on the point, at least causing the threat.
Uh-oh. This is looking a little iffy. Diablo is looking quite hungry here. But the camp is still leashed. Nothing's happening. Phoenix is shooting it, but they don't seem to care.
I honestly don't know who wants this fight more, because it's a fairly open area. They do get the proc of Last Rites onto Misha, and with that, they'll go ahead and pull back. I don't know. That was a little kind of an
bizarre.
Awkward moment.
It was very awkward, but hey, it worked out for Anomaly in the end.
It was like standing in an elevator.
Yeah, perhaps they can get this turn in bottom with it. Legacy was discovered middle. He was showing a bit, but Die for Vision's going for... Oh my goodness, the sleep dart.
That was a great sleep dart. Legacy has the living bomb, trying to make sure he doesn't pass that to the rest of his team, so they don't get the full turn in, but they get a lot of them. And they do have mid pressure with this Bruiser camp.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe perhaps fighting in lane would have been the play. Diablo can't do too much with all those walls out of the way, but he gets taunted by Garrosh. Big salvo coming out from Phoenix, gets the Garrosh kill, but 4-man ring, or 3-man ring, excuse me, for Jaina.
Oh, and Carve's gonna go down probably, maybe, no.
No.
But Leonidas, heavy dive into the Jaina. Ultimately, Malthael's gonna go down. I was gonna mention it, but the fighting started. That was when Garrosh started walking in. I'm sitting here going, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I don't know if you saw it, but Malthael was clearly bot lane. That was a 5v4 right out of the gate, and Garrosh was a little bit too aggressive in his positioning there, and ultimately paid for it. And then Malthael came to join the party and got sent home as well. So, you know, it does look like they'll get the turn in, so this will help them to defend against this boss. So I don't think that they'll lose the game. They might lose the keep.
Well,
maybe not.
Depends on how they run it.
If they 5-man defend it, they may be okay, because they are going to have this Webweaver.
Rexar's leaving.
Yeah, so that they'll probably survive this. This keep will probably survive, and they are gonna. Well, I don't know. I was gonna say they're gonna make it to 21st, but Rexar is giving them so much value in XP right now that they've just caught up a half a level.
Well, 20s are very close to each other right now. It might go to Anomaly first, but Garrosh is taking a whole ton of damage. Another ring coming out from Jaina. Lucio's going to go ahead and heal everybody back up. No, except for Phoenix, who gets completely destroyed with a sleep dart and additional Jaina and Raynor damage.
Yeah, and that groundbreaker coming from Legacy manages to keep him locked down just enough to make sure that he cannot warp away.
Absolutely. And this mid keep from Diver Vision is in trouble. They're coming over to grab that, or to defend that Web Weaver, but it looks like Anomaly's on their way, too. So.
And that's about the best case scenario that you could hope for if you're Anomaly, is you get that kill onto one of their big, heavy DPS, and force them to pull back. So you save your keep, and you get 95% of the damage on the mid keep.
Absolutely.
And you still have advantage for 15 seconds here, so where do you go with that advantage? It looks like they're thinking about taking this bruiser camp. They do have level 20s. Let's take a look at those. Just pop those up for everybody to take a look at. Is that the... No one can stop death. Yeah, okay. The return. And it looks like they changed their mind on that bruiser camp. They realized that...
I don't like that play. I say go for it.
Dive Vision was very close. You've got the potential spread for living bombs. And now level 20 is achieved, so I think they probably made the right call. Even though they were down one, you know, that Kael'thas flamethrower at level 20 melts a team.
Yeah, I suppose. I wanted to see it though.
I'm sure we'll see it soon. Fight. So we did make it past the 4 for 4 kills. We did see now 9 to 4. And given the state of the structures of this game, the next team fight could very well be the end of the game.
Very well could be. I mean, 20 to 20. Diver Vision is kind of just sitting around right now, looking to maybe find a way to sneak a turn in, maybe find a player out of position. But Legacy's got the top turn in on lock with just standing in that bush there. He knows he's got vision of it. And the rest of Anomaly is just hanging out on the bottom one. Well, Malthael is going to go ahead and solo their bruiser camp. He gets it out.
I mean, they know he's there, right? Because they had Misha there earlier. And here they come. It's a full 5v5 at this point. They're sacrificing Misha, it looks like. Potentially. They might actually get her out.
Not necessarily, no.
So now, bruiser camp going in the mid lane for Anomaly. They don't have enough gems. There's no boss on the table. There's literally nothing else to do other than clear lanes.
And maybe find a really good fight, a player out of position, something.
Yep. Find a fight where you want it. And Leonidas looking to turn bot, but the sleep dart followed up by the groundbreaker. Gonna interrupt that.
Yeah.
Anomaly's doing a really good job of stalling out the potential turn from Diver Vision, keeping eyes on both of these turn points.
Absolutely, and Diver Vision is just at a loss here. They don't really know where to turn.
I love how I say that, and legitimately they all immediately walk away. 5-man into the middle, and Leonidas might have even been able to finish that channel because it didn't seem like they had vision even of where he was, but unfortunately not. The Phoenix gets thrown in, the big taunt. There's the proc at level 20 for Phoenix, but it's still not enough to keep him alive from all of that incoming damage. Absolutely. And the nano boost going out onto Malthael.
Yeah, they did trade 3 ults for 1. Sound Barrier was used to make the attempt to keep Phoenix alive, but obviously it wasn't enough.
And we do see the house party increasing the healing for Lucio at level 20. You know, given how quickly people can die on this comp, I wonder if it might not have taken the reduced cooldown on shield, or even I don't know the name of it, but
I would have taken that.
What about the one that is essentially like a mini Zul'jin Taz Dingo that lets you keep everybody
my whole
alive
thing
for a
with
second
that
and a half?
talent, my thing with that talent is it serves the exact same purpose as Bossa Nova and has a longer cooldown. Bossa Nova is a 30-second sound barrier that does one job. It keeps you alive for just long enough. And Summer Anthem does the exact same thing, but an 80-second cooldown. That's my gripe with it. So I like the idea, but you know.
Oh, I don't know about this. I get what he's trying to do, but you've got the boss going in the top lane, and now you stall out the web weavers, which is great, but if they backed off.
Wow.
I guess they had to because they didn't know that Anomaly was on the boss, but wow, it was a super questionable play that happened to work out in their favor. That should have been a dead Garrosh.
Oh,
And
100%.
And now we see the reverse of what we saw earlier. We see the Web Weavers coming in defense of Anomaly's boss, pushing on this top lane.
This is actually excellent for Anomaly. I mean, they can get a free clear now on the bottom and middle Web Weavers. And that top Web Weaver is going to have a long way to go because boss pushed that lane out hard.
And they do keep their full keep healthy, and they even still have their top tap.
Hey, man. Look at that.
So all ults are available for both teams with the exception of the Phoenix for Kael'thas. And they're going to go ahead and defend this top Web Weaver. I apologize. They're going to go in a bush.
Huh. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
Garage is leading the way. He was looking for something from the backside, but... APOC goes out. Ring also goes out as well, but Sound Barrier manages to keep the rest of the team alive. Genjisus is going to be spreading a bomb to all of his teammates, but it's Diablo who falls first. Garrosh shortly afterward. And Kael'thas not too far behind either. Lucio manages to get out, and top keep gone.
And this is this could be a challenge now for Anomaly, because while Die for Vision lost Diablo, he had Soul, so he's back. So they've essentially, while they had a 2-for-2 on kills, they only now have one man advantage on the side of Die for Vision. So
yeah.
And unfortunately for Anomaly, it was their tank and healer. So
yeah. So unfortunately, not a whole lot they can engage or heal themselves with.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not ideal for Anomaly. This is looking like a... It's, you know, it's funny. It's still anyone's game, though.
It is.
One keep for each side.
And Die for Vision couldn't really capitalize on it because they didn't have their Kael'thas. They have a lot of gems, but, you know, they haven't turned them in, which I think I probably would have looked to turn in those 22 on Lucio and 30 on Rexar at the very least.
Yeah, at the least, yes. I don't know, man. This could be looking. This is going anywhere.
26-minute game. We could be here another 15-20 minutes.
Oh, I'm down. I've got nothing to do tonight.
We shall see.
So, what do you guys think?
Yeah, Bruiser Camp coming out for Die for Vision. Yeah, what do you guys think? All night party on Tomb of the Spider Queen? Do we see a level 30? Could this happen tonight?
Ooh, dun. Okay, I said 4v4 was crazy. 4-4. Let's not actually get crazy. All right, Malthael's all alone. They see this. What's going to happen now?
Most of what they need for a turn-in. They need 2 more gems to turn in.
And they got them. Rexar is holding them right now. He might be looking to turn in as we speak.
And this would be the 5th turn-in of the game for Die for Vision.
Holy cow.
And there it goes. So this is definitely going to be some solid structure damage in the not top lane, because if you don't defend that top lane, you're going to lose the game. Bottom line, right?
I'm thinking this is all keeps, to be honest with you. The waves are pushed out in favor for Die for Vision. They're all on the other 50% of the side. So this is looking like the beginning of the end. But I've seen crazier things happen.
I mean, we could see a full team wipe here. I mean, it could happen. So, you know, let's...
I'm not putting my cards down just yet.
And so, the ReGen Anomaly set up their defense against the oppressive Web Weavers. But there goes the Garrosh deep into the team. The APOC getting thrown out, rooted onto Garrosh, taunted onto Diablo, but both of them go down. The big ring into the back line. Ice block going out for Jaina, but does get caught by that flamethrower. Flame Strike, and the living bombs getting spread onto Butte. Manages to survive with single-digit health. But here comes the Web Weavers, 2 of them now onto the core. All of the damage is alive. Rek, what do you think's going on here? What's happening?
I think this is the beginning of the end, or the end of the end, because the core is at 40%. It doesn't matter. It's going down. GG to Die for Vision.
Holy smokes.
Huh.
And 13 kills to 8 doesn't feel like that was that game. Like, the first half of it was very much, you know, poke and prod. But it felt like once we hit level 10 and combos were coming on, it felt like there were kills happening fairly regularly.
Yeah.
But I guess it was just so long before we saw one that it just didn't equate into numbers. And like you said, that was anybody's game right up until the end. Taking a look at these stats here, you know, top damage coming out of that Jaina, 88,000 damage, 66 coming out of the Raynor with Carve, and 61 with Kael'thas. So Anomaly electing for first pick here. So let's let Sham know about that so they can choose the map. All right. Show those talents here. Any, we already talked about the Lucio level 20. Anything else that you saw there that was a big win or?
Well, I mean, I think Kael'thas got some mad value. His damage and constant bob spreading managed to really, you know, dole out a whole lot of damage, and Phoenix was cleaning up house with the purification salvos as like a follow-up. But I want to highlight the last rites were used very, very well as well from Malthael. And yeah, I don't think... I think this was actually a very even game. I mean, 13-8 would say otherwise, but, you know...
I mean, 13-8 is not that much of a... That is one team, right? That's one team fight, potentially, that they won over the other. So I don't think that's enough to really say one team won over the other, necessarily. I think you're right. I think they were a very... even couple of teams going into this. They certainly showcased that in the early game. They were very close in XP. They were very close in kills.
Absolutely.
And, you know, we just got to a point where that turn-in was enough pressure to keep them in the game. So let's see. What do we have? Set you down here with me. And let's see. Die for Vision was on the right? Yeah, they were. Okay.
All right, let's see how chat's doing. I haven't looked at you guys in a while. I am so sorry.
How dare you? Invite.
Yeah, I've got my blanket. Don't worry, guys. It's here.
Murder calling out the blanket, yeah.
I would like to actually point that out, too, from Mark Zombie. The sound barriers on every ring were very good. It managed to cancel a lot of that Jaina damage. The only time the sound barrier wasn't there was on the like 3 or 4 man ring that actually got at least Phoenix and a couple of others maybe.
Right.
But yeah, but after that, I think Lucio adjusted well. I guess I'd give my MVP over to Kael'thas, who I believe was played by Sulfide, if I'm not wrong. So I'll give my MVP award. I'll give my MVP award to him. Lucio very slightly behind.
Team the Spider Queen went to Die for Vision. Was that wasn't their pick? That was ReGen's pick. Because I had to swap the teams, that's why. So our next game, Volskaya Foundry. This was picked by Die for Vision.
Yeah. All right, similar aesthetic, I suppose.
5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, everybody's here. All right, we're going to take a short moment here as we have one player he needs to take a quick AFK. So while we do that, tell me a little bit about Volskaya Foundry, what you like about it, because I know this is a place that you enjoy coming.
Oh, I enjoy it very much, and you enjoy it very much too, I believe.
You know what? I believe that we won here once or twice.
I don't remember that. Anyway. I believe there was a sushi line or something like that.
Oh, the sushi line! I talked about that in the last matchup because they took an ETC Maiev, and I was like, "You just wait; it's going to show up on the highlight reel of Nexus Edge." Of course, now that I've said that, you know, Turd or Wono are going to be like, "Don't put that highlight in." But that was that was an enjoyable moment, I have to say.
Yeah, maybe we'll see some more sushi tonight. But let me talk about this map. So this map's another 3-lane map. Very similar to Infernal Shrines, if you're familiar with that one. 3 lanes, you fight over one objective that changes in location, starting in middle, going to top, and then bottom throughout the game, you've got when one team wins that objective, they sit on a point, and when they win it, they get a big robot monster that two players control and can push lanes with. It's a big, scary monster man. He does a whole lot of damage. But yeah, it's a 3-lane map, and we've got 5 camps. No, I'm a liar. Yeah, 5 camps. 5 camps. I'm sorry. 2 siege camps on the top right and left sides of the map that kind of push sort of well, kind of similar to the Khazra camps in Infernal Shrines. 2 turrets that are in between the middle and bottom lanes that players can use to pick up and drop and help during team fights, and 1 neutral camp in the center between top and mid lane that drops a bio emitter, which is basically a glorified Lucio heal. Super helpful during team fights. I think it's my favorite item in the game. I'll tell you that much.
So I just wanted to point out here real quick here. It's a little difficult. I'm trying to get her to walk with me. Oh, she just got done. We had another special guest. So earlier we had Alpha showing up on the stream. That was Alice, for those of you who are paying attention. Looks like we're ready. Rec, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah.
All right, well, let's get this going here. Starting it up. Good luck. I made them, I guess I made the game, so I didn't make them do anything.
Of course.
Wait, I did it wrong. Son of a...
What did you do?
Yep.
Oh, no.
Yep. Hold on. It's not,
Wait, this is not correct.
Yeah, we need to drop a game.
Oh,
drop
dear.
A player. Other team tell me what to ban. Add you on other sides as per the calendar. All right, so I'm getting comments about my my chair. So yes, this is a like a pillow. It's very nice. Although when you don't have any hair, it stuff and things. So
Stuff and fangs.
I agree, Alice. Want to talk about? Yeah, you know what, Rec? Let's talk about that weather.
So hold on, let me open a window. It's not raining, but apparently it was raining super hard earlier. Oh dear, it's very humid out. Oh, let's close that.
Yeah, some the people on in the chat maybe saw me get up a moment ago because I had to turn on a fan. It's a little bit warm in here.
Yeah, I mean I've got the AC going and there's a vent behind me. It makes my butt nice and cold. So maybe a little too cold because I have to have my blanket.
Fair enough. All right, we got Shamhat back. We have the ban on the correct side now. Captains are set. You're good here. You are. All right, so we got ready up from Die for Vision. We've got our captain. Our captain.
Really, Captain? Really, Captain?
I don't know what we're talking about. Ulysses, Colby McWolby, Farron, and Atlas, thanks for the follows. Appreciate it tonight. Glad you are stopping by and enjoying this clown fiesta. And it looks like we got ready for both teams. So starting up.
You trying to insinuate that I'm a clown? Get out of here, boy.
So somebody in this is. That's all I'm saying. So we are going to Volskaya Industries. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. Whoops, throwing stuff at my dogs. So let's go ahead and pop that over to the draft screen. Goodbye, Rec. Sorry you don't get to show off your blanket anymore.
That's fine. Oh, no one wants to see it anyway.
I mean, that's entirely possible.
Yeah, well, it's what it is.
Is what it is. I know people who hate that saying.
You know, it's funny. I kind of do, but you know what I also hate is Diablo and Anubarak because they're banned.
Seems like you're not the only one.
Now, what is this next third ban going to be? Or second from Anomaly, third in general, I suppose. Johanna. Wow, this is a really tank choky game we're having today, huh?
It certainly is. It's almost like, I don't know, did you catch any of the Wono and Mongoose Pleb Fiesta?
You know, I've caught moments of it. I know my friends over at Team Training Wheels, ReGen Blue, Logical Decision. I know that they were all in it, so I watched some of them. But I didn't catch too much. Why? Why do you ask?
Because in the Pleb Fiesta... Oh, shoot, here I am popping off chat. Forgot that B-Tag showed. Anyway, in the Pleb Fiesta, they had a significant ban requirement. 8 heroes were banned right out of the gate, and then there were later there were additional bans, and of course each match that you played, bans carried over. So it meant that if you banned Johanna, for example, on game 1, you didn't see Johanna in any of those 3 games. Interesting.
That sounds fun. Ooh, but here's a classic combo, and I'm talking classic. Muradin Tehran, stun on stun on stun.
HOTS 1.0? Are you there?
Yeah. Hello, you there? Hello? Aero, hello? You there?
All right, so I'm taking applications for a new co-caster if anybody would like to join the cast.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Anduin. Ooh, that's an Anduin game.
So we see Kael'thas, we see Carve coming back on the Rainer, and now we see the Anduin. So with Anduin, what do you expect to see out of the front line for Anomaly? What do you want to see from that?
I actually wasn't gonna say Garrosh. I'm kind of hoping for, you know, call me crazy. Taunt variant.
No. Oh, okay.
Well.
I have another idea. It just popped in my head when you said that.
Okay, hit me.
I don't know if he plays it, but could there be the potential for a kidnap comp?
Stitcheroo? Could be. Oh, it could be anything. They did put Tank out in for the 4-5. So that means it's something a little off meta. Oh, I mean,
it could be. We could see the Kings of Stormwind. That could happen.
I don't know. This could be exciting. Oh, man. I'm still hoping for Diva, though.
You know, I mean, a life grip on Diva could be interesting.
But here we have Hanzo and Gul'dan. How do you feel about those two?
So Gul'dan brings a lot of value on Volskaya with his Echoed Corruption. Can do just massive amounts of damage on these control points. Hanzo, I find Hanzo difficult to play on this map because of the placement of the walls. So I don't know about that. I'm not pro or con it. I just don't know. And good call on the King of Stormwind.
Holy cow. Well, for that one, we never know. Could be anything. Could take anything at 4, but I'm telling you, man, I had a feeling. Just a gut feeling.
I mean, given their team, it's a taunt, right? I mean, I can't see them going into anything else. Muradin slows auto attacks. Tyrande gets the stuns. Hanzo has enough range to get away from a Fury for sure. I mean, I guess you get to go C Smash. And Imperius, yeah, I think that there's too much CC potential for a DPS variant to really feel comfortable.
Yeah, that's very true. But last pick is Imperius. How does this matchup work? I'm not a solo laner. I would ask SHW33, but how the Leoric Imperius thing, I think they tie in a sense. I don't know for certain.
Well, keep in mind that some of these heroes were just changed, and it would not surprise me if Imperius has a little bit more staying power now in the lane.
That's very true.
So he may actually win that now once he gains a couple of talents.
Yeah, no kidding. Especially with that, the ability to heal off of minions whenever.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think, chat? What do you think? Who wins that solo lane?
What do you guys think? I'm curious. Now,
we'll find out in 30 seconds.
Yeah, we'll find out in 30 seconds indeed. Divervision has stuns on stuns on stuns on stuns on stuns now. And looks like Anomaly has another pick comp very pick-oriented comp with a taunt, gravity laps, and big old-fashioned, excuse me, Anduin route. Ugh,
Yeah.
I can't remember. Chastise?
Chastise, yeah. Let me go ahead and
Chastise,
introduce our red team here. For Die for Vision, we've got Shamhat on Tyrande, Casey on Hanzo, Atlas on Imperius, Soulfight on Gul'dan, and Leonidas on the Murden.
And our friends over at ReGen Anomaly, you've got your Captain Carve playing Raynor once again, Littlerock will be playing Leoric, Genjesus will be playing Kel'Thas, Legacy on Varian, and Boot Holiday will be playing Anduin.
Boot Holiday, that's gonna get you a burn later.
Yeah, probably.
So we do see, interestingly enough, we have the Kings of Stormwind on one side, and we have the King of Ironforge, right? Right, Murden was the King of Ironforge at some point, I think?
Listen, you would know better than I would. I don't play World of Warcraft. My brother does now, as of like 2 weeks ago, so that's cool.
Yeah, he was King of Ironforge, and lately has become the speaker for Azeroth, the planet. I think he might be getting a little bit too much of the, you know, something, if you know what I mean.
I don't know, man. Murden's cool. I like him, but when I looked him up on lore and stuff, because I kind of wanted to get to know the characters better, there wasn't a whole lot on him.
So we do see a little bit different build out of the Imperius starting than we saw earlier with the Almost Legends, Ruby, and Murky's Hit Squad. They took the Celestial Charge talent at level 1, whereas Imperius here has taken the Valorous Brand.
Sure. I mean, Valorous Brand is pretty nice. It's probably going to help against Leoric quite a bit, who actually took Fealty Unto Death.
And it took him a while to select that, but take a look here. We're a minute 23 seconds, and now Die for Vision is heading down to start working on their turret camp. And it looks like Genjesus and Butte will follow as well. So we do have 3, Atlas, Shamhat, and Casey over here. So that's going to get ripped real fast. And they know they're over here.
Yeah, they might go for an invade. No, doesn't look like it. They're going to play it safe.
Not. Yeah.
The old gentleman's agreement.
Indeed. Keeping that vision. They do have a lot of vision coming out with the Hanzo and Tyrande, so they're going to know what's going on for a whole lot. Abishur coming in with the Waffalo 100 bits. Thank you very much for showing up tonight, Abishur.
I know that boy.
Indeed. Sub for ReGen Anomaly. Glad you could be here to support your team.
Yeah. Big exciting moment. All right, so it looks like these rotations from Die for Vision are coming out a little faster, and yet ReGen Anomaly's ahead in the soak. Well, not anymore.
As you say that.
As I say it. Oh, a big taunt coming out. Root lands onto Muradin, not the target, but it doesn't matter. Hanzo dies anyway.
And they give up the turret. Leonidas is able to make it out. Oh my goodness,
I didn't even realize that. Holy cow.
Yeah, that taunt stun kill onto the Hanzo.
Can we get a third item? Yes, says ReGen Anomaly.
Absolutely.
Yes, we want that third item.
They send Hanzo back. They send Muradin back to heal. And they're soaking those lanes. And here comes the vision. They are going to get their siege camp started a little bit early. So I was just going to say, I assume that they're going to be on the point here, getting that value and trying to draw Anomaly into this fight while that siege camp defends against that top wave and tries to push them out. They are down nearly a full level, though, so I expect that they'll probably pull back once level 7 is achieved by Anomaly, or when they start dropping those items. Celestial Charge, though, picking up on 2. Big fight. Taunt coming out onto the Tyrande.
Biometer goes down, too. Oh, goodbye, Tyrande.
Yeah.
Huh.
And there you go.
Yeah, look at that. ReGen Anomaly's going to take control of the point. Leoric's going to go head back down to bottom, soak up what he can. Die for Vision's in a tough spot because they don't have 7s. They can't really re-engage here. And Carve's just going to free clear top while Tyrande makes her way back.
They've got a good 45, 50 seconds or so until this finishes up. So, you know, they've got to try to get whatever XP they can, try to push this up to 7 so that they can re-engage on this. Ultimately, they're choosing to take the fight before Raynor gets down here. Kel'Thas gets taken out by the Hanzo, but ultimately the counter kill onto the Gul'dan.
Yeah, unfortunately, Kel'Thas was caught out there. I saw what they were going for, ReGen Anomaly, with the big taunt. but I suppose the positioning was just a little off. Murden's getting low, but he manages to just barely make it out. The damage must have been split there. And Toronto's getting real low too, so they're going to have to back off and tap.
Yeah, but look at this damage coming out from Hanzo too. That one shot basically just bringing Butte on the Anduin down about a third of his health.
Yeah. It's a big
Here
hurt.
we go, level 7s. Turret's gone, the Lunar Flare onto Carve, the Celestial Charge following up, but the Leap of Faith pulling out, Living Bomb spreading all over the place, and Shamhetta has to pull back. Atlas goes down. And if that Kael'thas is a little higher level, that would have been a 4 kill right there with that one Flame Strike.
Ugh. Can't think in ifs. Anyway, Triglav goes over to ReGen Anomaly. Well played. Let's see what they do with this. They're going for the well middle. Oh, I kind of like this.
Yeah, so getting that well in the middle. They've got now the towers down. And with the wall down, they're going to start pulling back, it looks like. Leoric, rather. I got to clarify since they have a Leonidas. Leoric in the bot lane working on that soak, and the Triglav now going down. Maybe a little bit long in there for it just being Anduin and Raynor in there, but ultimately the jump in from Murden not able to quite get anything that they can finish.
Unfortunate, but they managed to get the well middle. That'll come in handy later, maybe. And the wall as well. Some good damage on the top wall too, and tanks are going to be picked up very soon. Leoric working on their turret camp, and Divervision just kind of floating around. Maybe they're going to go for their camp too. But it looks like a big invade with these 10s. What's going to happen here? Taunt onto Gul'dan. No real follow-up though.
Yeah, they'll just push them back and steal this turret, so that's going to give them the advantage of 2 turrets. And potentially they still have quite the advantage in this level 10 as Divervision is only level 8 at this point, so I assume they're heading up here to this healing camp as well. It looks like that's exactly what they'll do. Lurik coming up just to make sure that there's no potential that they try to take an uneven fight.
I know that Legacy's looking for this Sulfide, but the team wasn't quite in range to follow up on it, so he doesn't want anything to do with that anymore.
Holy Jesus.
Oh my goodness. Holy cow.
Well, welcome to all of the new subs. Thank you very much for the anonymous gifter. We just missed
Whoops! Even I missed it.
This is NA casting at its best, missing the kill on to Imperius as a whole lot of anonymous gifting out some subs. And look at all those alpha emojis or emotes, I don't know what they're called, going into chat from Mark Zombie. Thank you very much to that anonymous gifter. We appreciate you.
Yeah. Alright, so ReGen Anomaly is going to go ahead and grab their camp while Divervision is going to push out bottom. It's like, that's an idea.
Yeah, so start getting some value set up for the next one. We see the Tyrande spray coming out from Sulfide there. Just reminding everybody that he's there. No, he knows that we're watching. And they're going to come up here and try to defend against this push in the top lane while they are on the same talent tier.
I like this. I like this a lot from ReGen Anomaly. A big fear coming out from Gul'dan, but nothing doing. It didn't get anything, really. One ult down for both sides. Raynor's takes a little longer to come back, so Horrify will be up before Hyperion is for this next fight. But that might come a little sooner than anticipated when this objective pops in a mere 3 seconds.
So here we go. So half a level to go for level 13. Teams are on their same talent tiers. Most ults are up except for the Horrify and the Hyperion. And Blue does get that just in time, but there's the Light Bomb with 3 stuns, and the Entomb catches 3 as well. Root going out onto Leonidas. Atlas having to pull back. Shamhat almost out of health. Only 1 kill, but with 2 turrets and do they still have the, no, they don't have the bio emitter anymore. So they used their items, they pushed their F buttons, they pushed their R buttons, they got 1 kill, but they're gonna get at least to the end of the timer. Now we'll see if they make it in for a overtime. It looks like they're not going to. They're just gonna go get the turrets. At least
yeah,
one
that
of
might
them.
be the best thing you can do at this point. You know they've got 13. You can't re-engage. Now they did blow all their cooldowns, with the exception of Taunt, which comes up very quickly. Leoric's Entomb comes up quickly. Hyperion's back online, and they only have Horrify to engage with. So the turret's the best thing you can do if you're Die for Vision.
Yep, and I think that this is probably the wrong play. I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to get value out of the next objective, but they have all of the momentum right now. I think that they could have taken out the top fort. They probably could have taken out the mid fort, giving themselves catapult pressure, and then ultimately that gives them the potential to then come down into this bot lane. Is it the wrong play? No. Is it not the best play? I think it would have been better to go the other way.
But look at this, Aero. They might be proving us wrong here with this fat Entomb on a couple of players here, but perhaps not, as they have to back off.
Yeah, and you see, that's exactly what I was worried about. They got no forts out of that push. They almost got some kills, but almost doesn't win this video game.
No, unfortunately, it doesn't.
And I think that if they stay in the top lane, they get top, they get mid, they put that pressure on. Ultimately, they maybe even didn't need to have Leoric. They could have sent Leoric in the bot lane and gotten just as much value as the rest of the team probably puts pressure back on them. And so instead, we do see this bio emitter going over for the first time to Die for Vision. So maybe a bit of a misplay there, but again, it wasn't the wrong decision. It just wasn't the right one, I think.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, I understand you have 13 and they don't. You can maybe pressure up, but like, I don't know. That was a nice Entomb with a Phoenix on top of it, but
it was
nothing came out of it. Unfortunately, when you lose your Jimmy and your Anduin, you can't follow up too often.
Right.
So they actually did their siege camp, and they're gonna hold on to it. I like that. Die for Vision might do the same here. Let's take a look at what they do.
Abishur in chat, hashtag almost dead. Yep.
Oh,
pretty
no.
much.
So actually, Tyrande just scouted the enemy camp, and they see no one on it. I wonder if they were looking at the camp itself to see that it's taken.
Right? It looks like maybe not.
Doesn't look like they did, no.
So they got the vision over there, but just to make sure that the enemy team wasn't there, and that's all they know. Welcome everybody from the Nexus Gaming Series. Looks like the Thursday night showdown is over. Thank you, Murda, for bringing everybody over here.
Oh boy. We
are in game number 2 between ReGen Anomaly and Die for Vision, and it's been quite a series so far.
Heck yeah, it has. 16s are up for Anomaly, and they're getting pushed in on hard by Die for Vision. They lost their well, but Murden's getting CC'd a little bit. No, the target now is Imperious.
Good fear to break that push coming from Anomaly into the team, and kind of surprising that was a 4v5 fight, by the way.
Yeah.
But a good start from Legacy, getting that taunt out onto the Imperious, getting some pretty significant damage onto him too. And now that they've got the pressure in the top lane, they're going to start working on this turret camp aggressively.
Yeah, and once again, 4 ults were used for Die for Vision, and only, well, I guess technically 4 were used for Anomaly as well. But once again, taunt coming back very quickly. I think it's only an 16 second cooldown. Excuse me.
And so now, because of that pressure that they created earlier on this bot lane, getting the wall down and getting that top camp going, they are able to clear out that bottom fort, and get started on this bottom control point now. They are a half a level ahead. I'm sorry, they're a level and a half ahead almost, but a half a level away from 16 for Die for Vision. So they got to get this soak as quickly as they can and make a play. Because there are no... Well, oh boy. I don't think they have enough time to get the support camp at this point even. So they just have to get in on this.
I guess so. There's 3 turrets versus 1 bio emitter. I'm not sure who wins that one. I'm gonna lean in favor of the turrets. NGS is getting split off from the rest of the team, discouraged by that Muradin. But there's a big Entomb and a Light Bomb to follow up with it. Dragon's Aero coming out against the rest of Anomaly, and Varian gets pulled out. Getting really low. Gul'dan goes down. Muradin's looking not long for this world, and he's long gone.
So a 5-man team wipe from Anomaly, 11-1 in the kills for this game. Anomaly is bringing their A game.
Holy cow.
And there's been a lot of hashtag almost dead this game, but ultimately kills give you the opportunity to get these structures. And you know, if you're throwing out I gotta point this out because I've seen it like 3 times. If you're gonna throw out the laser from the trigger lob, hit everything. Don't throw it perpendicular and only hit the wall. Hit the damn towers, guys. But so they'll get this keep, and now Die for Vision is all coming up. They'll have everybody up for the 5-man defense.
Heck yeah.
And
go for the keep.
Keep in mind earlier that Anduin and Raynor were in this last Triglav, and they stayed a little bit long, or maybe it was the first one, still a little bit long for their positioning. And it looks like they learned from that somewhat questionable moment in the early game to go ahead and back out with their squishies.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and not accidentally, that's not the right word, grab the top 4 using minions. And they're going to start walking over to the middle 4. Maybe get some more pressure, open up the map a bit, you know what I'm saying? Imperius grabbing a stun onto Legacy, but he doesn't care. Big stun from Hanzo and a Horrify, nothing doing. Varian is a tanky boy.
And so that mid fort does stay alive, at least for the moment. And
Deep
it looks
says
like,
otherwise.
There goes Varian in onto the Gul'dan. The Entomb, though, preventing him from getting to the Gul'dan, but ultimately Raynor will finish the job. So 1 additional kill, and now they're half a level away from level 20. They're going for the heal camp. They're going for the siege. Is it a siege camp? Fortification camp. And if you're Die for Vision, this is a scary place to be. Your mid fort is, your mid keep is at half. The map is in the process of turning blue, and all of the forts and keeps are up for ReGen Anomaly. This is a great place to be if you're ReGen Anomaly.
Absolutely. This is quite a 180. This feels like a different team from last game. They're looking a lot more confident, a lot more like making the right decisions, with the exception of that bizarre 13 Triglav. But aside from that, this is looking pretty solid from Anomaly. I gotta say.
Yeah, for sure. So looks like they're heading toward the bot lane. They've got level 20s. You can see them on your screen there. We've got infinite bombs coming out. And Legacy, a little bit ahead of his team, does pull back, though, once he realizes his team's not quite there. And oh, look, there's a whole bunch of red health bars. Yeah.
I mean, he was looking for Imperius there. Imperius was showing, oh, this is a nice Hyperion onto the middle keep. This will allow them to push in even further, especially since the next Triglav will likely pop middle, unless a whole bunch of kills come out from Anomaly. But it looks like they just wanted to get the wall. Unfortunate.
I mean, that's a good place for them to start. At this point, you're level 20. You got to figure out what's your next play. And I think right now they're trying to catch them off guard. They're trying to pull them away from the structures, get the minion waves. But the minion waves just die so quickly with a Gul'dan, with the W coming out from Imperius. Solarian Fire or something like that, or maybe that's one of his talents.
The W? Yeah, I believe it's called Solarian.
Yeah, Solarian's Fire. Yeah, hot damn, you got
that
right.
You're good, you're fine. You got this, BB.
And so they did manage to kind of slowly push them back and open it up, allowing them to get that keep. So
yeah, if you're ReGen, the enemy team is still not even close to 20. You could take this so slowly. But they find a nice taunt onto Muradin, but they're taking a ton of damage in the process. I say back off.
Yeah, they really have to. They do have that bio-emitter, which, you know, could help to keep them from dying. But, you know, if they get horrified, or if they got an angelic garments into them, somebody dies at that point. Yeah. With as low as they were. But they're looking to gank here.
Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. With taunt, they can lock down any one character who's just
and the Entomb, let's not forget, they can lock them out from that direction entirely. Expect that Entomb right now.
There it is.
And Murden
Oh, my
jumps
goodness.
into the Entomb. The living bombs going all over the place. The big Horrify in the back line. Leonidas trying to get out. Running away from Lidrock on the Janitor Leoric. Imperius gets caught. It's gonna be at least 4 and probably a mega kill. Second one of the game, and ReGen Anomaly is gonna take it to game 3.
Oh my goodness. Wow, what a difference from the game 1. Holy cow, a lot more fight, a whole lot more fighting in this one. I'm blown away, honestly, by this play from ReGen Anomaly. Well done.
17 kills to 1 in game number 2. Feels like a different team. Definitely, yeah. Somebody clip that. That was a play of the game for sure. So taking a look at these stats here. So we've got Kael'thas at the top, followed by Gul'dan and Hanzo on the damage side of things. Raynor, I do want to point out, 2 games in a row, no deaths coming out of Carve. There, your level 20 talents.
I have no gripes. I like these talents. I like pretty much everything I'm seeing right now. Master of Flames is a little but hey.
I was a little bit surprised to see that, but ultimately, you know what? It worked out for him.
Hey,
So.
well, yeah. A win is a win is a win is a win is a win. You guys can lull all you want. They won.
Yep. All right, so we do see that first pick is going to be selected by Die for Vision. I'm going to go ahead and update the details. Let's put 2 minutes on the clock, and we'll be right back. All right, and we are back. And I still didn't add the match point, so let's get that over to Anomaly for game number 2. And game number 3, where are we going, Rec?
Where are we going? Infernal Shroud.
And this was the selection of ReGen Anomaly, so we'll put that up for blue.
Like I said, this map is very similar to Volskaya. Similar nature, you know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
Do you know?
Alrighty, so pinging the captains, letting them know that we're pretty much ready to go. And so we've got 1 for 1 going into game 3. Shui coming in with the Twitch Prime. Thank you very much, Shui. We've got subs coming out of our ears tonight.
Yeah, Shui. I think I know that boy. Where do I know him from?
Oh my god, right.
It'll come to me.
Oh, are you drinking on stream again?
Yes. So what? I've had like 2 beers.
Beer number
No,
2.
I've only had one. Don't worry, I've only had one. I'm good.
Hair looking good. Murda RG shouting out the hair for Repsychic.
Oh, it doesn't look good? Ooh.
Well, I think it's probably because he's not used to seeing it.
That's true. I'm usually like this. So, whoops. I'm leaning back today. Oh, let me put my blanket back on. What am I doing?
I don't know what you're doing, Rec, but we did just get the draft started, so as per usual, we're gonna go ahead and take the view off of your blanket.
Okay.
And right out of the gate, we see some similar bands, Rec.
Yeah, we do. Except this time, Kel'Thas was banned by Dive Revision. Not taken, not stirred. My brain said to say that. I'm sorry, everyone.
Hey, you know what? It's 11 o'clock at night. You're allowed.
And I've had 1 beer. Yeah, I'm gone.
Yeah, blitzed.
Listen.
Completely trashed. I might have to... I think I get another Twitch emoji now. I might have to get a picture of Alice up there.
That's a weird way to pronounce Repsychic, but okay.
I mean, if you... I can't say that on stream.
All right, Raynor Varian again. Well, I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but that's a bit of an early pick there. I wonder how that'll go out for them.
So, no Johanna, so no blinds.
No blinds.
Do we see a Lily?
Listen, I'm still holding for a diva. I'm still holding for it, man. I'm not giving it up just yet. ETC Leoric taken away from Littlerock. Tricky business.
You know, and Lid, good friends with Alice or Riot, Murda says. I'll see what I can do, buddy. Lid taken a page from the book of his mentor and I don't know, patron in a way. Shui, good buddy.
Well, he's a warlock? Wow.
I don't get it.
And patrons, don't they have patrons? Am I making that up?
I guess. Is that a D&D thing?
That was a D&D thing, yeah.
Ah, see? Hey, so for those of you that play other video games, World of Warcraft has a new cloak that you can get from the
my
Mechagon
blanket.
instance. Yes, it actually kind of looks like it, now that I think about it. But it gives you once per long rest, and it allows you to hearth. And of course, 1 long rest is per day. It's a very long Hearthstone, but it'll get you where you're going.
Nice. So, Phoenix and Tyrande bands. I kind of like the Tyrande band. She goes super well with Varian. You know, if you get that lockdown, goodbye that character.
Yeah, I kind of like that Phoenix as well. I mean, because if you think about it, either alt could work really well for this team.
Yeah.
With a Mosh Pit or a Entomb.
So, ReGen Anomaly going with a very similar comp once again. Raynor and doing again, but this time we were grabbing Orphea rather than us due to the ban. So, not too sure about her shrine clear as a mage. I think she has one of the less, like, I don't want to say worst shrine clears of the mages, but that's the best word I could come up with. So, Chomp does a whole lot of damage, but her cooldowns are just long enough to prevent anything from really clearing.
That's true. So, you know, come to think of it, there was one adjustment to Orphea that was made.
Was there?
Well, there are a couple of adjustments that kind of built into her Q talents, but one of the
Oh, you're
adjustments
right,
that was
you're right.
made was actually to her Chomp talent at level 7, which reduces its cooldown to 1.5 seconds, I think, now, if you hit a hero. So,
Holy cow. Okay.
I'm not saying that's how it's going, but it is a thing that could happen. That gives you significant cooldown reduction for clearing whatever you go for.
All right. So Lucio and Falstad were picked up again. Lucio did a fantastic job in game 1. Falstad is a newcomer in this one. And Blaz, Blade, coming from Literal. Against Leoric, I'm not sure how that will go out for him, but maybe he knows what he's doing. Who knows? I think he knows what he's doing.
So looking at these 2 drafts, and I just want to point out I appreciate the similarities of the draft because it meant that I didn't have to change a whole lot on the draft page. Just throwing that out there. Appreciate you guys. But looking at these 2 drafts, who do you favor on this map?
I'm kind of liking the Vision comp a little bit better. Now, I am biased because Lucio is the greatest character of all time, second only to Diva. But I'm leaning more Vision. I think they've got a little more meta, I suppose, heroes that it can really make life hell, especially on this map, you know?
I just got to point out Mark Zombie throwing out Vision draft is a solid 6.5 out of 10. But let's go through that draft for Vision. We've got Casey rolling Jaina, Sulfide on the Falstad, Shamhat on the Lucio, Atlas on Leoric, and Leonidas on E. How do you spell that? E.
Oh my goodness, you're gonna do that again? It's E.C.T.C.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Tell me
All
about
right.
Anomaly, Rec.
Sure, gladly. Captain Carve will be playing Raynor. Genjesus will be playing Orphea. Literock will be on Blaze. Legacy on Varian. And Butte Holiday on Andy. Let's go.
Did you get everybody?
I did. I said them very quickly. I don't know. I might have cut out at the end there because I kind of whispered it.
I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? So, actually, let me pull those talents back up. Take a look at these. So we do see the party mix again. I know that's your least favorite talent in that tier.
On that tier, it is.
Prog Rock. So lots of globes coming up. Now, that being said, look, party mix already sitting at 120 stacks. Doesn't take long to level it up when you're together here. We do see a bit of a skirmish here, and it's almost entirely Vision that takes the damage.
Interesting. I understand why they did that. Variant isn't exactly a character right now. He's kind of a glorified minion. I'd actually like to see a 1-1-3 coming out from ReGen Anomaly because I feel like you don't want to risk the fights, you know? You don't want to risk the rotational ganks or whatever you want to call them. Simply because Variant really just doesn't do anything pre-level 4. They're going to go ahead and grab their camp, though, and it looks like Vision wants to do the exact same thing.
Yep, and Varian holding the position there for the Vision, ultimately sees them go up into lane and has a pretty good idea that they're in their camp now as well. I don't know. I was going to say I almost could have seen an invade there with how long it was taking him, but like you said, Varian's not quite a hero yet, so perhaps it takes a little bit of caution there. And there goes Varian charging in, but no taunt yet onto Casey.
No.
So Legacy will go ahead and wrap around. Picking up the level 4s now for both teams, and you may be surprised that Varian went taunt. This time there's the taunt on the Jaina, and she is deleted.
Goodbye. But I'd like to point out the solo lane right now. As predicted, Leoric is kind of pooping on my man Blaze over here because, you know, that percent damage, it adds up.
Yeah, and you almost have to play a little bit more passively in that, especially with that Leoric. Has great wave clear, is able to heal up all the damage pretty much as long as he gets the W to land? Yeah, W.
Yeah, the W. He chose Fealty unto Death. Now, I actually don't hate that on this map. I kind of didn't agree with it on the last one. I would have preferred Assign Renewal. But I don't hate it here because of how the proximity of the objectives to the minion waves, you know? I think it's fine on this map. Faust's going to be sticking down bottom because there's a camp to be cleared, and he can fly right back up to the top point. And is Anomaly giving this up already? Because it looks like Blaze
Can't
is...
imagine.
Oh, no, he's coming in.
Yeah, there you go.
Red team is halfway there. Deep Vision. Oh, a big taunt onto... I believe it was Lucio, but he goes down. It didn't go down quite as quickly as Anomaly would have hoped, but hey, a death is a death is a death, or a kill, or
Yeah,
whatever.
there were a lot of health bars in the way there to keep.
Yeah, I haven't zoomed all the way out. Let me...
So Legacy coming in behind the Falstad. Good charge taunt. The barrel roll away, just barely keeping Sulfide alive. And Atlas gonna Wraith walk out of there.
Absolutely.
They thought maybe they could get some more of those minions because they, had all of 28, but they weren't quite full up. And Lucio back on the map now, but Falstad sitting just about half health. They're very close in these minions, so here comes the fight. Rek, take it away.
All right, here comes Legacy. He's looking for a big taunt. Who's he gonna pick? Who will he pick? He picks Leoric. Unfortunately, not a whole lot of follow-up, and Red Team manages to grab their Punisher.
Yeah, and you mentioned earlier that, Die for Vision does have that significant wave clear between the Falstad, the Jaina, the Leoric even. And so they were able to just really come in, push the last 10 points that they needed. This is an Arcane Punisher, so it's, Arcane Punishers were scaled back significantly here a couple patches ago. So they get halfway through. I think they are going to be able to get this whole thing even. Maybe not quite.
No, not quite there. Good defense by ReGen Anomaly. It's something to look up to, I suppose, but if they want to get their skeletons out, they got to show up to that objective much faster than that. And here comes Die for Vision coming to finish off that fort.
So we do see him coming down here to their shaman camp, but guess what? They have an idea that that's what's going on.
Yep.
But this could be a challenge because Legacy's right here with Taunt, and Jaina's a juicy target right there.
No, they give it up.
I don't know. I think they could have done something about that.
I think something could have been done there. Yeah, unfortunate. Bit of a misplay.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
As you say, we don't know. We don't know what their comms are like right now. They may have been looking at other opportunities.
Easier to judge from afar.
Indeed, armchair quarterback and all that. But thanks to this shaman, they are going to get some serious wall pressure. Both of the towers already about half health.
Yeah.
That is a big win for Die for Vision.
Absolutely. And knowing the nature of Falstad, he can push that at any time and leave whenever he feels like it too.
This is... okay.
This is... Sure. ReGen Anomaly is going to want to look for a fight soon because it is 9v8. Can Legacy find something here? He's looking at Jaina, but Lucio's going to manage to speed boost, everybody out. That's why he's one of my favorites.
Yeah, and you mentioned the Falstad earlier, what I was going to bring up. Oh, Leoric potentially getting caught here, but he just Wraith walks right away. So what I was going to mention about Falstad, what?
Oh, Orphea got caught out, and now, oh no, looks like a top keep wall is already going to be pushed in. Holy cow.
So what I was going to mention is you could see potentially Falstad going back, bribing that shaman camp for them, and then, you head to the control points. However, Falstad did not go bribe. He went Gathering Storm. So I don't necessarily think that's a bad idea. I think that there's potential for that to be valuable here.
The old mage stad.
Especially with him being in the 4-man. So... But it is a little bit different than what you see most of the time. Now, Legacy, all by himself in the middle here, is going to get caught. There goes the Entomb, catching him, charging onto the Falstad, trying to make his way out, but unfortunately, the only way out is death.
No. You hate to see it. You really do.
Die for Vision is making this strong as Jaina now finishes her level 1 Globe quest. How are we doing on those other quests? Let's take a look at those. Halfway almost done for Orphea on her level 7 quest. That's
very nice.
Pretty good at this level. So we do have ultimates. Let's pop those off real quick. So we've got the Sound Barrier, the Entomb that we saw earlier. Gust for the Falstad, Ring of Frost, and...
Stage dive.
What is that?
A stage dive, one of my favorites.
Is that a new ultimate for ETC? I've never seen that before.
Not. No, we don't sushi line on this map. We can't quite do it here. I'd highlight the other team's talents, but we kind of have a fight breaking out right now over this middle objective.
A little bit of counter synergy between the Gust and the Entomb.
Yeah, maybe on different pages there, looks like.
Ring of Frost hits two. Go ahead.
Okay, Ring of Frost goes out. A Light Bomb comes from Anduin. It's going to go ahead and hit a couple of people, but Anduin goes down quickly, as does Raynor. Before they couldn't get into the bunkie, ETC's looking for a nice Orphea to pog off on, and while they do get the objective, a taunt was put out on Falstad, but unfortunately for Varian, he gets away, and luckily for the rest of Divervision, Falstad does. So they get the objective. It's looking like a dead fort here.
Yeah, this should be easily a dead fort. The question is, how much of this keep wall do they get?
I don't think this is keep.
It's definitely not the keep. They do have a Gust, so I feel like they can... Yeah, I was going to say, they can just push that easily. They have all the disengage they need. They have Entomb, they have Gust, so... You know, they're in a pretty good, solid position. Ult's now coming back online for ReGen Anomaly. They're down 13s, so there's not a lot they can push in on this Shaman camp. At least not comfortably. I suppose they could go in. And they did.
Okay. Here we go.
And they get the ETC kill.
Oh,
and
no.
They get the Leoric kill.
Unfortunate for Divervision. That is not what they want.
Yep.
Feels bad.
So, Anomaly making me eat my words immediately after I throw them out there. This is a bad idea. Let's do it anyway. Screw that Aero guy. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
They're going to go ahead and invade the enemy camp as well. But in response, the siege camp was taken by Divervision, and they're going to go ahead and grab the bottom siege now, too. They can get that very quickly with that Jaina Blizzard. Hey, speaking of, are we going to see the new Snowstorm talent at 16? What do you think?
Nah,
I didn't think so.
I mean, nah. Although we do see that ice barrier again. That's the second time I've seen it tonight. A little bit surprising not to have that icy veins, but looking for that survivability, I guess. So you know what? No icy veins. Who knows? I suppose they could. I still feel like that's the one that has the range and radius. So maybe. But hey, look at this. Red team getting that siege camp in the bottom lane and taking out that bottom fort. So
yeah,
I feel like, and I guess we were too busy talking about other things. I feel like with that Shaman camp that maybe they should have tried to get more value out of that top fort, because the next Punisher is coming in that top lane, and it is a frozen Punisher. So if they could have gotten that would give them, you know, the potential to take down a keep. Now, at best case scenario, they're going to get the wall and part of the keep, unless they get some kills in that. That being said, their lane was remarkably pushed up, and they don't have beetles, they don't have Zagara stuff to soak tower shots, so it would have been, you know, a little bit difficult not having the Blaze there to help with the bunker.
Divervision's going to set up a mid-bush gank, I suppose. Maybe get a big Entomb here onto Legacy. No, nothing doing. They have 16s. They know that this next objective's coming up very, very soon, and Anomaly shouldn't be able to engage here, at least not yet. So what do you do if you're Anomaly? What do you think?
This is tough, because you're down 16s, you got to get the XP, but if you do not take this Punisher, you definitely lose keep, and you may very well lose the game if you're not extremely coordinated with your abilities. And it looks like they're kind of taking that risk to come in here and be down the 16s, trying to get onto the Leoric, and they do. So no Entomb procs anyways. So now this is exactly what they needed. They needed that kill to take the advantage. Leo will be back up relatively quickly, though. Certainly by the time they finish this. So reading the Discord chat, somebody says so. There goes the taunt onto the Falstad.
Oh, can he get out? He does. Ring of Frost comes out, as well as a crushing jaws from Orphea. Sound Barrier goes out to save everybody, including Lucio himself, and Diver Vision actually looking really low.
Yeah, they went back into that fight. Like, I think they should have just disengaged, waited for the Leo to come up, and then taken that fight, rather than staying too close, which is what they've done elsewhere in this game, where they almost lost heroes earlier in the game too. So there's the stage dive onto the bunker, I guess. But Leonidas very low from the bunker damage.
Yeah, holy cow. Another engage from Blaze, but he gets removed from the fight by Anduin very briefly. NGS looking very low on Orphea. Can Jaina find
just
something?
Low everywhere, and Leo trying to reduce the damage of Anomaly.
I'm not sure who the focus is.
How is nobody dead after this? Is like a minute-long fight.
Still no 16s for Anomaly either. This is looking really scary for them.
And there's the first kill onto the Blaze coming out from that Blizzard with Jaina. Chastise hitting the ETC, keeping him locked down for a moment, but Lucio diving in onto Legacy and Genjisus. Leonidas so low, though, trying to proc that E-talent, but don't forget that has a little bit longer cooldown. The taunt going out onto Casey. Sulfide in the background there, getting the minions, manages to get the Punisher, but Atlas taking so much damage. And it's just ya boy who makes it out on the Lucio.
Yeah.
Skating his way to victory. That was a bloodbath.
Holy cow, so many deaths there from Diver Vision. But they managed to get the shrine, as they just simply have superior shrine clear in comparison to ReGen Anomaly. And they keep showing up to these fights late. They're not going to be able to get these Punishers.
So we did see, well, keep in mind too, they did that all a talent tier down.
That one's all right. That one I'll give them that one. Sure.
For them to get that many kills, being a talent tier down, and even get as much pressure as they did was pretty significant. Was pretty valuable. So they saved their keep because of those kills. You know, gotta hand it to them. If they just gave it away and went to soak, then maybe they lose that keep. Maybe they don't get those kills. So ultimately, they made the call that worked out best for them.
Absolutely.
And we do see the full Mage Stat build, giving him that cooldown reduction and faster movement and all that good stuff. Also, it is Northern Exposure from Jaina, so she's getting that, that armor reduction. Now, is that right? It sure is. Grill and Kill from Blaze, only at 9 out of 60 stacks. That's a level 7 talent. Now, I will point out, when I mentioned that Orphea was halfway there at level 10, we were at 7 stacks. So we got a little bit of catching up to do on that quest, as bot lane getting the pressure from this siege camp. And keep in mind, these siege camps were upgraded. They've got a higher base kit in damage.
They certainly do. There is just so much going on right now. They've got camps on... These two camps just passed each other. What the heck? On the top lane.
I didn't even know that was possible.
I didn't either, but they both had a gentleman's agreement to not fight each other, I suppose.
So, Die for Vision, half a level away from level 20, being very aggressive, trying to look to see if they can maybe push down a keep here. They do have the disengage from the Gust. They have all of their ultimates, so as long as they're relatively okay about their positioning, then they don't lose that fight. But again, you get a taunt, you get a charge from Blaze, and you have a bad day.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the mid keep that actually takes most of the damage, because they were so focused on the rest of the team in the bot lane.
Ooh, ReGen Anomaly did see Falstad fly top here. They're looking for something. Legacy Rose running out. He's got a light bomb. Manages to taunt the ETC, but Lucio's going to definitely keep him alive. Bunker goes out to prevent the Ring of Frost from getting too much value. And it looks like they were just trading ults there. Oh
Level
no.
20s, though. Here they come. That was a fantastic leap of faith coming out from Butte to get Legacy out of that silenced entomb. I believe you were about to say something about that, Rek. What were you going to say about that?
Gasped because the Buried Alive was there. Varian said, oh no. Well, no, he didn't say it because he was silenced. But he was pulled out by his son. He said...
And that's it.
Yeah. By the way, I just want to throw out, if you know anything about me, yeah, I'm a healer player. I love Lucio, but Taunt is my favorite ult in the game. It just is. I love it. I love the idea of screaming at someone saying, fight me, and they have to fight you.
That's what they're looking to do. They're looking to defend this keep. 19 to 20 here. Leonidas in trouble on the ETC, trying to back out, and he does.
Mm-hmm. It's nice to get some nice damage out if you're ReGen Anomaly, but this is a Lucio. He doesn't mind free damage. He can heal that up pretty quickly in comparison to other healers.
So we do see, interestingly enough, we see Epic Flight coming out from Falstad as opposed to the Wind Tunnel. We see that upgraded Ring of Frost, and of course the Death Metal.
Uh-oh.
But level 20 online now for Anomaly, so they're looking to get in and make something happen on this fight.
Yeah, once again, they unfortunately have to show up later. Can they maybe find another mega kill just like last game to really tie this up again?
Oh, that's a huge entomb.
And a big light bomb.
He missed the opportunity. That was all 5 if he had it. And we see both of the tanks going down. There's the Entomb, 3-man Entomb. Atlas going into the team, keeping their damage lowered. The Gust puts Littlerock back in the back line. Atlas chasing down Carve, trying to give him that death that he's eluded for most of the match. And
Leo
Atlas instead is going to be the one who goes down. I want to check if Carve's actually died this game. He has. He did die once.
Okay. Falstad looking for a cheeky, one more skeleton. Skeleton. Yeah, that's
and
totally what I meant to say.
He can do it with that boomerang if he has that just one more Q.
Yep, there it is. From somebody. I'm not sure who it was, to be honest. Oh, ReGen Anomaly cannot find these Punishers, and it looks like NGS is going to get pounced. No, maybe not. The Raider is going to go ahead and give Falstad a bad time. They're going to go ahead and turn on Falstad. Can they get it? They do, but Leoric is there to help.
And he has another Entomb.
And there it is. Anduin getting caught this time. Possibly the worst person to get in it. And a Ring of Frost landing onto both Anduin to finish him off.
And the Punisher jumps onto Carve and takes him home. Littlerock, Blaze trying to get out, but Leonidas smacking him with that guitar.
This is looking like the end.
And they now have a Varian Orphea to try to defend against this Punisher. They've got a Catapult in the mid lane that they have to deal with. Doesn't feel good if you're the blue team right now.
No, this is looking like the end. This is a 73% health Punisher and a Jaina at level 20. I think this is it.
Seeing some Lunara sprays going out on the ground. Missed Entomb on again, Jesus.
But it's not going to matter. That's the end of the game.
So game number 3 going to go over to Die for Vision in a thrilling, competitive match between these two teams.
Wow.
And this is what you expect out of Division C. Division C Absolutely. Has historically been a very competitive division. We should know. We were there.
We were there.
We have the receipts. And look at that, 12 kills to 11 kills. It seemed so close, but the Punishers just got so much value.
Absolutely. I think the Shrine Clear from, Die for Vision was just, it was too much for ReGen Anomaly to handle. I really, really liked the Die for Vision draft much better. Orphea just struggles on Shrine Clear. I'm wondering if a Gul'dan or obviously Kel'Thas wasn't available, but something like Gul'dan would have been a much better pick. Even Kerrigan, something. I don't know.
Yeah, possibly. Well, let's go ahead and get into a lobby here.
Yeah. Okay.
Join us in lobby 1.
I'm down for this.
So hop over to the lobby 1 in NGS Discord.
All right, I will be right there.
Welcome, Repsychic.
Oh, welcome, Aero. What's going on?
It's been a long time since I've talked. Welcome, Shamhat, captain of Die for Vision. How you doing tonight?
Hi, good. How are y'all?
You know what? We just got to cast a fantastic couple of games. What do you think, Rek?
It was pretty cool. It was a lot of fun. No, it was a lot of fun. Listen, I'm a little pooper. I like to do that.
I mean, that is true. That is true. So I got to start with the most obvious question of the night here. What on earth is up with your guys' logo?
Our logo?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like a trade secret or something that I'm not allowed to reveal. But it just represents someone very it just represents someone very close to our heart. It's our main tank, and we just like to share his beautiful face with the world.
You know what? That's completely fair and reasonable. You should always support your tank.
Thank you. That's what we're going for.
So game 1, so obviously game 2 we had a little bit of a mix-up with that draft, so my apologies on that. You guys switched sides on me in the middle of the game, or first game or something like that, so I was a little bit backwards on where I was going. But game number 1 on Tomb of the Spider Queen, you guys had first pick, I believe, on that one? It was...
Yes, we did.
Yeah, so we saw a whole lot of tank bans tonight.
Yeah, there were quite a few.
What was your guys' strategy coming into this match against ReGen Anomaly, a new team? I believe your guys' team is either new or a reskin of another team, right? Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so we started as under a different team name last NGS season, but ended up dropping. The captain actually decided to drop out, and so we stayed together, but couldn't change our name at the time, so we wrote it out as Excel Esports. But we've, for the most part, been together for that season, and then we did the Heroes Lounge season, and we lost a few people and gained a few people for NGS. So that's where we're at with our team.
Good deal. So what'd you do to prepare for this game?
Well, we have our scouting reports, so we just looked at what we were expecting for them to come in with, and then we did a team review of maps, decided kind of what our game plan was going to be for each map, basically this season, but also in consideration with the latest patch and stuff. So we kind of had an idea of what we wanted, and we knew a little bit of who they were going to play, and we did our best to just kind of counter that while getting the picks that we really wanted.
Sure. And that first game, you guys had a Diablo, Rexar, Kael'thas, Lucio, Phoenix. You had Rek over here, most excited about Lucio. It's his favorite hero in the game.
Same,
right behind
I think so.
So how did you feel going into knowing that you've got that Diablo, going into the Garrosh, and ultimately the Malthael too, but because it seemed like both sides were very hesitant about their positioning with their tanks, right?
Yes,
Diablo didn't want to get thrown, but Garrosh didn't want to
flip. Fear. But yeah, we weren't too worried about the Garrosh. With the Lucio speed, it makes it a little bit easier to kind of bait the Garrosh out without actually getting anyone thrown. And then having a beefy Diablo as the front line, who can just queue out at any time, is something that we're a big fan of Diablo, so we weren't super worried about that, but we did not want to get caught out of position because they definitely had a lot of gank potential. Lucio definitely got caught out a few times.
I was going to ask you about that. Amazing. I try to avoid asking about the downsides too much, like other than just a generic hey. But I got to ask you, that one moment on Tomb of the Spider Queen, you're coming up from bot lane, you're heading towards your bruiser camp, and then you hit a wall of blue health bars. Like I'm not going to discuss about what was going on. I just want to know, what was your reaction? What did you say?
I said,
am
I allowed to curse on the stream? Does that have to be PG?
You get one.
Okay. How hard can I curse?
Go for it. Just one though.
I said, oh fuck, I should have known that they were coming. And then I said I stayed too long, but I definitely did not take a safe rotate there, knowing that they'd been off the map for like a solid 10 seconds.
Yeah, we were busy watching the rest of your team, and then we saw the blue moment, and I think that was the first time in the match tonight that I got to go, oh no.
Yeah, it was. I felt very similarly. Yikes! But
good deal.
Of all the times to get killed there, it wasn't the worst. So we recovered, I think.
That was a very back and forth game. Both teams were very similar, I think, in overall power spikes and ability in that game. I think we called it by level 10, you guys had 2 kills each. It was extremely close.
I actually made a comment there right before 10, and I was like, there's been 1 kill in this game. And it's been like so long.
So that was, this whole series in my mind was extremely close. They had significantly more value in the second game with their blow up comp. You guys had significantly more value with your push in the shrines. But ultimately, both teams played very well today, and you guys took a little bit more advantage out of that third game than they had. You changed up your drafting a little bit. You took out the Jaina, which that first game was hitting Ring of Frost on you guys like they were gone out of style. Game 3, you banned out the Kale Foss.
Amazing Jaina play.
Right, for much the same reason. The bombs were going all over that Volskaya Foundry game was spreading some damage, so making it a little bit different. And then you get into game 3, and they pick this taunt variant again, which was challenging. They picked the Orphea. What's going through your mind in game 3 when you start that?
Once we finished the draft, we kind of realized again the potential of the Anduin taunt variant combo, just the lockdown, and then the added damage from an Orphea who can just hit somebody who's stuck standing in one spot for 10 seconds. But we decided to play it safe, but still a little bit more aggressive. We felt like in the second game we were too much just running away constantly and not being able to poke. So we wanted to go a little bit more aggressive, but not get caught out of position because that variant was definitely looking for the flank. The variant was going for the gank and we were scared. So that was pretty much the main thing. We were like, play it safe and get the picks when we can and rely on the ETC to kind of help heal better for our backline, because we did have some squishies with the Jaina and the Falstad.
Yeah, for sure. So that's going to be it for me for my questions. Rek, do you have any questions here for, did I say it right, Shamhat?
Yeah, we'll get, yes.
Okay, fair enough. Go ahead, Rek.
Yeah, I've got some questions. Subwoofer, really?
I didn't even complete it either time, but it was a fun pick.
It's all right. I don't mind.
We can take it. We can take it to the DMs. It's okay.
Okay, that's fine. Sure. But
you should not do that. He will rip your entire starting with Party Mix. You'll hate him forever.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm very particular about Lucio. I'm sorry.
I love a good challenge. I love being challenged, so.
Okay, sure. But no, that's not my actual question. I do want to discuss, so going from game 1, it was very back and forth short. Very similar play styles in that it was very passive from both sides.
Yes.
What I'm curious of is, after game 2, like you saw this complete shift in Anomaly. They suddenly turned on, it looked like. So how do you go from game 2 to game 3 with this sudden game 1 was so close, and then game 2 is, oh my goodness, what just happened? How do you go from something like that? Because especially since game 3 was much more your side. How do you prepare for something like that?
Game 2 was definitely rough for us. So we spent pretty much our death timers at the end there when we were all dead, kind of talking about what went wrong. We didn't like our draft as much as we were playing it out versus what they had. And I think we underestimated the potential of how strong they were. Their Leoric was really great. And we had a weaker draft. And I think we wanted to go into the third game and play a little bit more comfortably. That second game was a little bit more poke comp. And we were like, let's go aggressive, kind of counter what they were doing. It was working out well when we engaged on them in the first game. So and we've been playing, most of us have been playing together for a couple of seasons now. So having confidence in each other, I think, helped a lot, knowing that we can fix the mistakes that we made and then move forward into the third game. And it definitely showed from everybody on the team.
Very cool. Yeah, I think that's just about it. I would say, I think that's it. I think that's all I got.
Cool.
Good deal. Well, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Before we let you go, are there any shout outs that you'd like to make to the world at large?
to the world at large. I never prepare for the shout outs. I need to like write my little script beforehand. I'll shout out my team for being great. This was our first game back in this NGS season, and I think we're off to a good start. I'd like to shout out the other team as well. One, for their captain's response, like when I was trying to plan this on the 4th of July weekend with our scheduling. And then also, I don't know, I feel like I should shout out Mark Zombie. I think he was in the stream watching, making comments. One of our subs, Roy, he was there. And yeah, if I missed anyone, I'm really sorry. You can DM me and I'll give you a personal thank you.
A personal thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, you can't buy that.
No, and I'm really good in MS Paint, so you know.
that's a technical skill that I must acquire.
It really is.
Good deal. Well, again, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Good luck with the rest of your season, and congratulations on your victory tonight over ReGen Anomaly.
Yeah, thanks so much, and thank you so much for the cast. We appreciate it.
For sure. Alrighty, so that's going to wrap us up here between ReGen Anomaly and Die for Vision. 2-for-1 in favor of Die for Vision. So Rec and everybody else, just a quick note. I'm going to go ahead and pick up a cast, or at least part of a cast, for 2 teams that I will tell you in just a moment the names of, because I already forgot. Wholesome Halfwits and Wipe Them Again. That's a Div A match. They've already played 1 game, but they wanted me to come in after that for the next for the next game at least, possibly for 2 games. So we're going to take a short break. Rec, you're certainly welcome to stick around with me if you'd like to. I know it's a bit late, so that'll be up to you. Either way, is there anything you'd like to say to chat before we go off?
To chat, I'd like to say love all of you BBs. Thanks for coming out, and Poggy, whatever you want to be called. I am. You can find me over at Repsychic on literally everything: Twitter, Twitch. It's literally just Google search Repsychic, and I'm there. I'll be back next week, most likely, for another cast. I don't know where, but you haven't seen the end of me or my blanket, so I'll see you guys around.
Excellent. Repsychic, it's been absolutely fantastic having you here with me tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
It's been a blast. We'll have to do this again soon.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm going to go ahead and put us on a few minutes break while we get set up for this next Div A game between Wholesome Halfwits and Wipe Them Again.